Hi everyone, we're back on 67 Hail Hail. How are we all doing? No wait, don't answer that one. I know the answer to that. We're struggling like mad. I'm struggling. I kind of really struggled through the post live match reaction to the game last night with John McGinley. Hope you enjoyed it. We've certainly been getting a lot of feedback on it. And that coupled with the fact that, to be honest, I have nothing else really to say about Celtic at the moment, but I do have to do a video. Got me thinking that I could use this video to just respond to some of your comments from the video on Thursday night. We've been getting loads of them. To be fair, the vast majority from Celtic fans, obviously other teams' fans getting involved as well. Let them have their moment. You know, we've had plenty of moments over the last few years and we will have going forward. Let them enjoy themselves, because nothing's been awarded yet this season and we are the team that's in the next final as well. But I think we'll touch on some of the comments sent in from you guys and girls, and I'll just kind of respond to them and give my thoughts as well. Right, first one we've got comes from Ken Delaney. Ken says, it's getting embarrassing. Them lot across the road look leagues ahead. I think it's a very fair point from Ken. It's a really simple point he makes, and it's really true. As much as we don't like Rangers at all, and we never make any secret of that, I watched a bit of their game, and as much as it was hilarious to see them blow a lead against 10 men, a 2-goal lead against 10 men, against a Benfica side that weren't great, Rangers look far better than us, in a different world, never mind league, to us at the moment. And for me, that's a massive concern. Does that necessarily mean they'll win the league? No, because I think Rangers have always excelled in Europe and then really struggled in a lot of domestic games. But they're a far better team than us at the moment, if we admit it. And it pains me to say that. But we don't skirt away from the issue in this channel either. We deal with it, we don't sugarcoat it. Rangers are a better team than us, and it's definitely a concern for me at the moment. So yeah, very fair point, Ken. Next one, excuse me by the way, I'm just reading it from my laptop and I can't multitask, so excuse me if I look away. David D, a new manager would give a boost, but the wheels haven't completely come off yet. There is a view that with Lenny you'll win things, but you won't get consistency. Yeah, I mean, that was a debate that me and John kind of had on the post-match live reaction, which I'm really struggling to say for whatever reason today. We'll just call it a live reaction from now on. We had a debate about whether the wheels had come off yet, and I kind of feel as if they have, and things are already really going awry. I mean, 1 win in 6 tells you that. John thinks there's still a way to go. He says that we're still in touch with Rangers, which, as much as we're 9 points behind, we still are with a couple of games in hand. Would a new manager come in and change things to the extent that we would go and win the league? I do think so. I've heard people saying that the problem's with the players and there's too much, you know, rotten at the club at the moment for one guy to come in and change it. In response to that, I would say 2 words: Brendan Rodgers. I think when he came in, the team was in an awful place under Ronnie Deila. We'd just been beaten by Rangers. Yes, he had a transfer window to work in that a new manager, if he came in right now, wouldn't necessarily have. Although, you know, we are in November now, it isn't long until the start of January. But a good manager changes things. He lifts standards. For me, this is a squad that are massively underperforming. We have, and I'll maintain this until the end of time, we have a better squad than Rangers. We have got better players than Rangers. The players just aren't living up to their expectations at the moment. Rangers in contrast, and not to make it about a Celtic v Rangers thing, but Rangers are getting every single drop out of their players in terms of quality. We're not getting half of that at the moment, not even half. So for me, that rests at the manager. Get a manager in who's going to raise the standards, and I think that'd be a massive boost to us. So thanks very much, David, for your comment. Next in from Charles Sweeney. The tragedy is that Lennon won't be replaced until it's too late to repair the damage. He has to go now. In fact, he should have gone after the Ferencvaros game that he started without any strikers and finished by attacking the players. The Ferencvaros game, it keeps coming back to that. That was an awful, awful night for everyone. Neil Lennon's comments post-match were terrible. On Charles' comments with regards to whether Lennon being replaced will come too late, I certainly think that will be the case. And again, it really pains me to say it, but if we want to move Lennon on and get the boost from that. We need to do it while we're still in with a chance in the league. We still have a huge chance in the league. There's so many games still to be played. We can get this right. There's a reason why there's a real optimism after the win over Aberdeen on Sunday. Even though it was in the Cup, people knew that this was a team, or they thought they knew this was a team that was going to get back into gear, and with loads of time to go in the league, they could build on that. That hasn't changed. We've still got a massive chance to win the league in terms of games to go and our recent record, but the problem is the way the team's playing at the moment. I fear a Tony Mowbray-esque moment, a 4-0 defeat to St Mirren at some stage this season if Neil Lennon stays in charge and continues to field the team, and the team continue to play like this. So yeah, that's my fear. We've got to move him on now if we're going to get rid of Lennon. Otherwise it's a bit of a pointless exercise. What's the point in doing it in January or February when you're 10 points behind? I just don't see the point in that. Next up, we've got Philip McCabe. With Lennon in charge, the league is gone. To save the league, the players' attitudes have to change, and he cannot do that. Rangers go from strength to strength. Celtic go from worse to worse. Change is needed now, or 10 in a row is gone. Agree totally, Philip. Just that point I was just making there. We have to act now. For me, can Celtic win the league? Yes. Can we win it with Neil Lennon in charge? That's a very different question to me. And at the moment, I'm really struggling to answer that in a positive way. I think we have gone massively backwards, never mind since Brendan Rodgers, since last season. A year ago pretty much to the day, we were beating Lazio away from home. Can you imagine that now? What a team like Lazio would do to us? You saw what Sparta Prague did to us at home. It's too easy to blame the fans. Something bad's changed, and yeah, I've got the fear about winning the league this season with Neil Lennon in charge. I've kind of covered that already on the video. Just Jordan, thanks again Jordan for your feedback and your comments. I do see everyone you post, you're always really detailed. We've become a decent one-half side over the past couple of weeks. We have been good for one half of a game. Milan were better in the second half. Aberdeen at Pittodrie, same again. Lille away from home, we played a good first half. And Aberdeen at Hampden, we played well in the first half. Again, it's a very fair point that on Sunday after the game against Aberdeen, everyone was really keen to say Celtic are back. Celtic were brilliant today. I don't know, Celtic were good in the first half. They weren't good in the second half. I put that down to the fact we'd had a real tough game in Lille a few days earlier, and it was a case of just seeing off the Aberdeen challenge in the second half. It was a cup game, get to the next round, get to the final. That was the key aim there. So I kind of forgave that. The Lille game, tiredness, and it was still a positive result. So I think it has kind of camouflaged it over the last week. Well, when was the last time we put 90 minutes of positive football together? Was it the Hibs game? Was it even 90 minutes in Hibs? Did we even play 90 minutes in Hibs in a positive way? I seem to remember we didn't start too well in that game and certainly had a few dodgy moments. Have Celtic put in a good 90 minutes all season? Hamilton Accies maybe, or KR Reykjavik, but are we counting either of them? I agree. It's just another black mark against the team that they can't put 90 minutes together. Finally, we're going to go for this lengthy one from Steve. Boys, you've got to ask yourself, have the players lost respect for themselves and the club? Neil has lost the dressing room without question. Now, no more excuses. Last night proved that statement. Wasn't looking for change, to be brutally honest right now, but last night just compounds that argument. My only issue on change of management team is who is out there available and with real presence and stature to come in and hit the ground running. Will the board dig in and hide? Try to ride this one out. Time will tell. The obvious one every Celtic fan, well not every Celtic fan, but a lot of Celtic fans are saying, is Eddie Howe. I'm very much on board with that idea, but is it realistic? But I don't see the argument of there being no one great out there as a reason to stay with Neil Lennon. I wouldn't get rid of Neil Lennon and get in Roy Keane or Gordon Strachan or Martin O'Neill or someone of that ilk, or John Kennedy. But if we were to get rid of Neil Lennon and get in a manager like Eddie Howe, or to be honest, I haven't really looked into names and stuff, so I don't have any other names, but there will be other managers out there currently not in a job that would be able to come in and give us a boost and raise the standards, as I said earlier. Do what Brendan Rodgers did when he came in. Why couldn't we get another similar appointment to Brendan Rodgers? We've done it before. Nobody thought that was possible. And Dermot Desmond, financed it, and the lure of Celtic managed that. So could we do that again? Of course, there'd be no guarantees in the middle of a season. And we'd be taking a massive chance. But ask yourself is it an even bigger chance to leave Neil Lennon in charge of this team. For me, it's only going one way under him, and it's not a positive way, as I said last night. Guys and girls, thanks very much for all the comments we've had in on our videos. As I say, I see them all, even the ones that aren't too nice about it. I appreciate them all. Every single view helps me towards my target, helps the channel to continue to grow. We'll be back on Sunday. John McGinley will be with me. We'll be reviewing the game at Fir Park. Fingers crossed that we get a result, because otherwise it's going to be anarchy. But I know you'll watch us anyway. Thanks very much. Take care. Have a good weekend. Until Sunday at least. And hail, hail.